month will be Cheryl Wilson, Executive Director at Swanville Valley Christian Ministry. Our Pledge of Allegiance, any announcements that need to be made, and of course, the ethics statement. Item 2, proclamations, awards, and recognition. We'll have Mr. Matthew Selves here with the North Carolina League of Municipalities to give a presentation to Mayor and Council about our risk review we did over at the police department. And I think everything, as far as I know from the chief, everything went well with that. So it's good news. Citizen comments, and then communications from staff, councils, commissions, and agencies. We have our annual stormwater report, and Planning Director Jessica Trotman and Ann Phillip will be kind of tag teaming that. More than likely will be more than a 10-minute presentation. We'll try to keep it as short as possible. I think there's a lot.
And I think looking at the agenda, and I still think we're educating the public on what we're doing. I think you could be comfortable with the time.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, we don't need to spend an hour. So
Sure.
I don't think we're that tight on the rest of the meeting.
Okay.
I don't think
so either.
I think it's real important.
Yeah.
Right now, people want to know more, and we could really be comfortable explaining things.
Yeah.
But if you all have any specific questions you'd like to have in there, I would only like, that we could add those now, and have that, but could have all include those specifics.
If you guys can think of anything you want to know specific, let us know, and we'll try to.
Where's the money going?
Yeah. I think what I gather that you're doing is somewhat just going over the content of the information that you put in the letter that went out with the last bill, your projects, what you're working on, and just Ann's, kind of what she's doing basically. But you've got those projects laid out pretty nicely, and that needs to be part of the minutes, just that information itself. So, and if anybody has anything you want to ask about, shoot it to Josh, and we'll give her an opportunity to get it ready.
And then we'll have our consent agenda, which is short, just minutes, September 8th, September the 12th, regular, and September the 12th closed session, and then August 4th revised minutes from closed session. Citizen comments again, no unfinished business. New business, we have, we pulled this off last time. I think we're ready now for the resolution for demolishing 621 Pageant Town Road. And then we'll have our water billing policy. Briefly went over some of this information last month. We've got it kind of together now. Take a look at it, and we can always, if there's issues, we can always, push again and make some changes. Item C is the Pageant Town Place water line acceptance. So this is a subdivision that's been going on probably for at least 2 years, maybe a little longer, up off Pageant Town Road. 50 houses roughly, I think is what it is. But they are ready. They've got everything in place as far as water lines go and ready for us to take them over.
This is the one we approved right after the last election.
Like
It was like one of the first.
Yeah. What was it? Was it an annexation?
No. This is a different one.
Oh,
You're thinking of Brooks Cove. probably.
yes, I am.
Yeah, but that one's being worked on. We're not ready.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a smaller one off of Pageant Town Road.
Pageant Town, not before, but.
Yes. If you ride up through there, it's
Right.
kind of in a curve there.
Right.
Before Rainbow Terrace up there.
Yeah. Busy up there.
It
I mean,
is.
Pageant Town Road, my goodness.
It is, it's up there on the line.
Yeah.
It is. And then we've got this is kind of our first crack at a town council subcommittee policy. So take a look at that, we'll discuss that. There's no action unless I just want to take it, but really just for information and to see how we can work with this or what we need to change, if we can change it. And then E, the last item under new business is the Bike Boulevard on Montreat Road. So I think initially when we got into this, we were just looking at Bike Boulevard and crossing Montreat Road. I think as this has evolved, it seems now to make more sense for staff to recommend a more pedestrian type crossing versus just bikes. So that's going to increase the budget number for this due to some ADA issues on Montreat Road. We've got to do some curb cuts, put in some ramps, and install our pedestrian RRFBs, rapid response flashing beacons, like we have on State Street. So we'll present that to you on Monday night. It's about a $30,000 increase, if I'm not mistaken, for that work, which is about more than what it cost. I know we've talked about this a couple of times, but the intersection, or excuse me, the crosswalk, if we put that back on Broadway, where it got taken away a number of years ago from DOT, it's about $60,000 for that project, at least today.
It's kind of irritating to have to pay for that. We can't do much about it, but it's kind of crazy. Of course, it will be a little more substantial on it. I mean, you got lights, got splashers and all that stuff.
Much of a dedicated bike, all scan of history, all
Yeah.
visual, but the sidewalks are just not for too narrow and makes it very unusual. It doesn't speak colors.
And then we have nothing for public hearing, and then we have communication, of course, from Ron and myself, and then mayor and council. And then Mayor Harris and I have talked, and Ron too, about a closed session to talk about a couple things, and one being some personnel stuff, and then the other being attorney-client issue.
Right.
We can do that Monday night, or we can do it tonight.
I think both of those are relatively, I mean, they're not substantial conversations. Would you not agree,
I don't think they are.
Ron? We could do both of them
You know
Monday
what
night?
one is. Get that property.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty straightforward conversation, I think. And the other ones, that's pretty straightforward. I've had probably 10 minutes.
Personnel issues. Yeah.
And there was one, okay, there was
And
one
that
other
one too.
thing I wanted to add to the closed session. And we have a couple of part-time staff, maybe 4 or 5, that work diligently, and I was wondering, I asked Josh about why weren't they included in the raise? And so I looked.
Yeah, so we didn't include any part-timers in our 6% COLA this year. It was all full-time only.
We can, if you want to make that, we'll talk about that in closed session too. It would be appropriate, wouldn't it, personnel oriented?
That's, I don't know, you're not talking about a particular individual. That's closed session talk.
Okay. What do you want to put it on the agenda? Or you can bring it up at the end.
I'll bring it up.
I would like to put one thing on the agenda, just so we cover it. And if it's agreeable to everybody, under communications from staff, council, commissions, and agencies, and this will be from the town attorney. But make up B, so 4B, and add it in town square uses. I think that's good enough. Discussion only. And I've asked Ron to, just lead us in a little discussion about, somebody's down there and they're soliciting, they're with a charity, they're soliciting, freedom of speech things, freedom of, all that sort of stuff that Ron can, well, just briefly, and what I'm shooting for in the long haul is to, start the wheels turning a little bit, the discussion, but then probably go back and take another look at the town square policy and just put a few things in it that might make things, I think, work a little bit smoother with the beautification committee, to which we delegated the gardening.
Yeah.
So just kind of set that forth and formalize it.
That's got a little muddy, so that'll be a fun part.
Yeah. So
So
sounds good.
you'll send us the town square policy before Monday?
I'll send it to you tomorrow.
We can kind of get started on it and, it's the sort of thing I was telling Josh, we might, you think about it, but get through the holiday season, get into January and maybe pick it up again there and have it done so that by the time springtime comes and they start getting busier, that there's a little clearer understanding. Well, I mean, it's fine with beautification committee, we just need to document that a little bit better than it's documented, I think, so.
And do you think you might be able to have some numbers on your part-time?
So I have it right now, but yes, I'll be ready for Monday too.
I appreciate it.
It's probably a good time to do the closed session, just because this is a relatively light agenda, so we can, and those, you can only go so far in closed session anyway, so, Right. So we'll add the closed session for personnel, no, wait, the salary issues, that's not, we just have to bring that up at the end of it. But we still have a personnel issue.
We have another
The
issue,
personnel issue, and then
attorney-client privilege,
attorney-client privilege.
which would be 143-318.113.
All right, for that reason. All right, so anybody else? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Great, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor, aye. Opposed, no. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Good to have you.
It's rain
10
between
minutes.
now and
Hey.
Monday. My voice is gonna be completely gone, so the engine already.
We were out, I'll let Rex read all the comments. Remember that?